Let's just jump right in. We are looking at a massive tragedy today that's basically taken over the internet, the helicopter crash in Rio de Janeiro involving the artist Oliver Tree. As you know, there's been an absolute flood of news coverage, endless social media chatter, and honestly, a ton of misinformation out there. So for today's explainer, we're doing something different. We are sticking strictly to the facts. We're going to separate the verified hard data from all that wild online speculation, relying only on what established reporting and official sources are telling us right now. Here's how we're breaking it down today. First, the fatal flight, followed by why a helicopter, the victims, the ongoing investigation, facts versus rumors, and finally, waiting for answers. Section 1, the fatal flight. Let's look at the morning of the crash. Okay, so let's walk through the exact timeline of what went down. This tragedy unfolded incredibly fast on the morning of June 14th, 2026. Right around 9 a.m. local time, the unthinkable happened. A mid-air collision between two helicopters right over the Rio dos Bandeirantes neighborhood in Rio. And what we know for an absolute fact is that the second they collided, it was catastrophic. Both aircraft instantly lost control and just plummeted straight to the ground. Now, the aftermath on the ground was incredibly severe. Confirmed reports from outlets like the AP tell us that one of these falling helicopters crashed directly into a parking lot packed with electric vehicles. You can imagine what happens next. That specific impact sparked a massive fire almost instantly. It made the initial emergency response super complicated, not to mention creating that shocking, chaotic scene that so many bystanders ended up filming. And to really wrap your head around the sheer physical scale of this impact, check out this number: 100. Debris from the midair collision was scattered across a massive 100-meter radius. I mean, that's literally the length of a football field. It's a crucial piece of evidence for investigators for sure, but it also paints a grim picture, highlighting just how violent that midair impact was before the helicopters even hit the pavement. Section 2. Why a helicopter? Understanding VIP transport in Rio de Janeiro. So a major question I keep seeing online is, why was he even flying in a helicopter in the first place? Well, if you know anything about Rio de Janeiro, you know the traffic is absolutely legendary. It's an extreme daily gridlock. Because of that, chartering a helicopter flight isn't some crazy extravagant luxury flex. It's honestly a practical necessity. For touring artists and executives who need to bounce between events fast, it is completely standard operating procedure down there. And that makes perfect sense when you look at Oliver Tree's schedule. He was in Brazil grinding through an intense world tour, traveling with his team of creative collaborators and content creators. According to local media, he was using a standard chartered flight to quickly get between promotional events and performances. So his being in that chopper totally aligns with how VIPs normally get around the city.
Section 3. The victims. Taking a moment to remember those who lost their lives.
Before we get into the heavy technical side of the investigation, we absolutely have to pause and acknowledge the human cost here. Tragically, authorities have confirmed that all 6 individuals involved in this collision lost their lives. There were 0 survivors. Those confirmed victims include the artist Oliver Tree, along with his really tight-knit creative team. The creator, known as Gas by Prime, director Lucas Vignale, and music producer Lucas Frota. In addition to those 4, the 2 pilots operating both helicopters also perished. It's just a profound, devastating loss for their families, their friends, and fans all over the world. Moving to Section 4, the ongoing investigation. Here's how Brazilian authorities are working to find the cause.
So, how do they even begin to piece a puzzle like this together? Well, Brazilian aviation authorities follow a strict, standardized protocol. Step 1, which media confirmed has already happened, is securing the black boxes, so the flight data and cockpit voice recorders. Next, in Step 2, they rigorously analyze all the radar tracks and radio comms. Step 3 involves assessing the physical wreckage and the exact weather conditions. And finally, Step 4 brings it all together, with witness interviews and really complex lab exams of the debris.
What's really fascinating here is the sheer breadth of the investigation. They leave literally no variable unchecked. They divide everything into distinct areas. Under human factors, they scrutinize pilot actions and air traffic control, like did someone make a fatal mistake? Then, under technical data, they dig deep into engine performance and the maintenance records of both aircraft. Finally, for environmental, they look at weather visibility and how crowded the airspace was over Rio dos Bandeirantes that morning. They look at the whole shebang. Section 5. Facts versus rumors. Separating verified truth from online speculation. Look, whenever a tragedy involves high-profile people, the internet just kind of loses its mind with speculation. Case in point,
Gossi's grieving father told the media he personally thought it was maybe an attack. Now, you can completely understand his pain, but that one quote spread like wildfire and birthed massive online conspiracy theories about sabotage. But we have to look at what the authorities say. The father presented no evidence, police have announced zero indications of foul play, and investigators are treating this strictly as an aviation accident.
We really need to draw a hard line in the sand. On the confirmed side, we have 6 fatalities, a mid-air collision, and an ongoing official investigation. That is it. On the unconfirmed side, claims about illegal charter operations, rumors of sabotage, or people claiming they know exactly which pilot messed up. None of those things on the right are established facts yet, not a single one. And guys, please be super careful about the visual evidence you are seeing online. Yes, security cameras caught the horrible aftermath, the falling debris and the smoke. But investigators have been incredibly clear. There is no officially released sharp video of the actual mid-air collision itself. If you're scrolling and see a video claiming to be the exact moment of impact, there's a huge chance it's completely fake or just recycled footage from a totally different crash. Always trust verified sources.
Section 6. Waiting for answers. Let's talk about why final reports take years. We live in this fast-paced digital age where we want answers yesterday, right? But real-world aviation investigations definitely do not work on internet time. Sure, authorities will probably release a preliminary report soon that outlines the basic facts we've covered today. But that final, comprehensive report determining the official cause, that could literally take several years. Think about the complex nature of it. They have to extract data from heavily damaged black boxes, physically reconstruct the aircraft from a 100-meter debris field, and run deep metallurgical lab tests. It requires immense patience.
Which brings us to a really important thought to end today's explainer on. As we sit here waiting for official conclusions, we kind of have to ask ourselves, in an era of instant viral rumors and wanting immediate gratification, how do we balance that with maintaining basic respect for the victims while patiently waiting years for the definitive, scientifically proven truth? It's a huge challenge for all of us consuming media today. Thank you so much for joining me for this careful look at the facts.